And welcome to Feelz Right Quiz Night.
What a delight.
I am your host, the Quizzard.
And I'm Mr. Jeffords.
And we are absolutely thrilled to be coming to you for this fun on a mon live from our living room to yours. And we are extra excited tonight because tonight is our Queer Pride episode, which means we're going to be celebrating all things Queer Pride, even busted out our rainbow pins. This is a slightly outdated rainbow. You may know that the more updated Pride flag also has Black Lives Matter stripes as well as the trans flag, but I still think this is a pretty dang cool pin, and it says Brooklyn Pride on it, so...
You can't just toss it out.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, it's, it's like an antique piece at this point. All right, so, okay, so, with that in mind, feels particularly meaningful that we would light the Alex Trebek St. Alex candle in honor of Feelz Right Quiz Night Week 3 and also our Queer Pride episode. Alex, we hope you lead us well tonight, and thank you for being our guiding saint.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Okay, so huge welcome to our stream queens watching on Twitch. Absolutely thrilled to have you here, and also hello and welcome to all of our contestants here live in the Zoom room, duking it out. The competition is starting to get pretty intense. I'm feeling it, that's for sure. And also want to just let everyone know that we are being co-produced by the Annoyance Theater, Chicago's only funny comedy. Absolutely thrilled to be working with them on this show, and a big thank you to them. Also, if you're interested, they do classes. A lot of them are online, so you might be able to get involved with some kind of writing thing or improv thing or stand-up thing. If you ever wanted to get involved in any kind of comedy, check out the Annoyance Theater's website. Okay, so before we start getting into some serious fun on a month, I just want to wish a happy belated birthday to a couple people. Carrie Ann from the Slumber Sluts, and also Marky from Don't Touch That Crown Emoji. Happy belated birthday to both of you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pass things over to Mr. Jeffords for a little update on points while I dig into this delicious glass of Green Hook Gin made here in Brooklyn. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. All right, well, all right. I am going to answer the question that's been on everybody's mind all week long, and that is, how'd you do? Yes, how'd you do? Well, let's find out. First, I just want to say, update. We talked it over, and we prayed on it. We divined some tea leaves. We sent a message out in a bottle, and we waited for the answer. And we kept waiting. And the answer never came, so we just decided, what the hell? We did accept either ping pong ball or golf ball as the correct answer on last week's quiz, so that's going to lead us to this week's points, which means, drum roll please, in third place with 1 point on the season scoreboard, we had Dr. Quiz and Trivia Woman, Kugel Blitz, Screen Crossed Lovers, Sleepy in the Suburbs, Spanish Inquisition, Vino Verite, and Wilson's Having Fun, parentheses, it's a month.
Yes.
So, nice, you guys. All right, second place, 2 points on the season scoreboard. We had Gowanus Black Mayonnaise, Quiz Nose, and Today's the Bidet. Rocking out 2 points for the season scoreboard, leaving in first place, drum roll, I can see some people are very nervous and excited that it might be them because it's American Quiz Story, Coastal Hoosiers, and the Dammit Janets with 3 points on the season scoreboard. Woo! So, where does that leave us? Including high fives. Remember, that's half a point for on the season scoreboard for a perfect 5 out of 5 round. Here's where we stand on the season scoreboard.
So far.
Third place, we have Gowanus Black Mayonnaise, the Dammit Janets, and Today's the Bidet. In second place, we have the Coastal Hoosiers and Vino Verite. And in first place, currently, we have American Quiz Story. That's right, leading the charge so far. Well, they're blushing. Yes, I think Ryan Murphy would be so proud. In fact, I would have gotten a cameo of him telling you so, but he's not on there, and that would have been weird anyway. So
And expensive.
You're not worth all that. But congrats so far. Anything could happen because, as you know,
it's still anyone's game. Okay. Yes.
Also, I did want to say I have a couple of bonus points I just decided to award out, and you threw your pencil at me.
Oops.
I know. Bonus points. It is that exciting.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a bonus point to the A team, parentheses, you have to shout it, because they like logged into this Zoom today right away. They were so excited to be here, and I was like, that made me happy. So, you know, some of you arrived right at 9:15, 9 and 30 seconds, and that makes me still happy, but in a different way.
He's keen on punctuality.
And then also, the Wild Dangleberries are rocking some costumes for Queer Pride Week, I think, and I love it.
Bowing down
They
to
look
them.
great. So, bonus point for them too. All right, moving on. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So before we launch into round one, which you know is going to be current events, please remember that here at Feelz Right Quiz Night, we abide by the honor system.
Please.
The honor system. No cheating out there. You just got to go with what's in your head. AKA, go with what you know. And if you don't know, go with what feels right. That's feels with a Z, a Z in Canada,
Or Zeta if you're our team in Mexico. Hi.
Yes, all right.
Welcome back.
Great. Okay, so I don't know. I'm feeling particularly excited and a little bit punchy. So let's just get into this. Feels right to launch into
Round one, you know it. It is always current events.
Oh God, that gin is smooth. Okay, here we go. Round one, current events. Question 1. Labor shortages are hitting hard across a variety of industries, including schools. A group of 11th graders from a Boston high school had a field trip planned this past week, and then their bus-a-coms fell through due to lack of drivers. So the organizers got creative. What did the eager field trippers use to travel? Labor shortages across a lot of industries, including schools. A group of 11th graders in Boston had a field trip planned this week, but their bus-a-coms fell through, so they got creative. What did the eager field trippers use to travel? Okay. Question 2. This tiny British territory in the Caribbean is known for its gorgeous beaches and active volcanic landscape. It's also the site of one of the more controversial and hidden experiments of the pandemic. The island opened its borders back up to tourists in April, but only to those above a certain income who agreed to stay there for at least 2 months. The idea here was to retain some tourism revenue while also keeping the coronavirus out. Only 21 people from 7 families have met the selective criteria to live on the island for the mandatory 60-day stay and have had access to the nearly empty beaches there. The bubble is about to burst, though. All vaccinated travelers will be allowed in starting October 1st. What is this island called? One of the more controversial and hidden experiments of the pandemic. This island opened its borders, but only to those above a certain income level.
What if you have no income?
Then you can't go to this place. Yeah, you're not welcome.
Okay, have fun. I
So,
won't be there.
the idea was retain some tourism, but keep the virus out. What is this island called? Caribbean island. Okay. Question 3. Germany went to the polls yesterday to elect a new government and a new chancellor, bringing an end to the rule of Angela Merkel and her tenure as the, quote, President of Europe. For how many years was Merkel chancellor? Germany went to the polls. Angela Merkel no longer the chancellor. How many years was she chancellor? Okay. Anything happening in the chat here? Okay, well, Dangleberry's saying yay. I'm feeling it too, Dangles. Okay, question 4. One of the so-called quote-unquote original supermodels of the early 90s is suing the maker of a popular cosmetic procedure after claiming the treatment left her permanently deformed. Cool sculpting is meant to be a non-invasive alternative to liposuction, but this model developed a rare side effect in which new fat cells replaced the frozen ones, rendering her, quote, brutally disfigured, end quote. Who is the disfigured supermodel? One of the original supermodels of the 1990s, suing the maker of cool sculpting, meant to be a non-invasive alternative to liposuction. Rare side effect for this person.
Not cool.
New fat cells replaced the frozen ones, rendering her, quote, brutally disfigured. Who is she?
Is that a Bachelor quote? Who is she?
It is.
Anyone? Anyone remember that? Okay, maybe it's just me.
I went cold turkey on The Bachelor. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that.
We all did. It's on Mondays.
We'll talk about that in the after show. Oh, it is?
I don't know.
No.
Watch it tomorrow on Hulu.
No, we won't. I finally quit that one cold turkey several years ago. Okay, question 5. Switzerland had a referendum yesterday, and 2/3 of voters said yes, let's make gay marriage legal. Yay! Woohoo! Pretty good for a country that decriminalized homosexuality in 1942, but continued to keep gay registers until the 90s. But today is a day of celebration, despite the fact that Switzerland is one of the last countries in Western Europe to legalize gay marriage. In 2001, this country was the first. Name it. Switzerland yesterday, 2/3 of the population voted to make gay marriage legal. Pretty dang good. Switzerland is one of the last Western European countries to legalize same-sex marriage. In 2001, this country was the first. Name it. Okay, the lines are open. You can start getting your answers into Mr. Jeffords. We will do a quick recap of the questions, starting with question 1. What did the eager field trippers use to travel to their field trip? Question 2. What is the Caribbean island called? Highly exclusive. Only 21 people. 7 families went for the 2-month minimum stay. Question 3. For how many years was Merkel chancellor? Question 4. Who is the disfigured supermodel? I see some pacing happening at American Quiz Story. Question 5. What country in Europe was the first to legalize same-sex marriage in 2001?
Way back when?
Way back when? Okay, get those answers in to Mr. Jeffords. And while we're waiting for that to happen, just want to remind everybody that we are raising money for the Ali Forney Center. If you're still not familiar with what the Ali Forney Center does, or perhaps you're watching on Twitch, actually let's just see if there's any chat happening in the Twitch situation.
Sound off.
Okay, welcome to the chat room. Here we go. Let's see. Well, I chatted, but I'll see if anybody writes me back. What was I saying? Oh yes, we're raising money for the Ali Forney Center, who do amazing work on behalf of homeless LGBTQIA2S+ youth here in New York City. And in fact, we met our goal today of $800 for season 4. So that feels really right, absolutely. But please don't let that stop you. You know, boundaries were meant to be broken, especially on Queer Pride Week. So Mr. Jeffords is going to drop the address for our fundraising page.
Oh God, I'm a little busy, but I'll do it.
Well, if you have it handy, but otherwise don't worry about it. This is it here at the bottom of the screen, aliforneycenter.donordrive.com/campaign/feels Right Quiz Night Season 4, or, that's for our personal page for our show, but otherwise just go to californiacenter.org and make a little donation, even $5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 45, 50,
5,000.
55, 60. This could go on. Okay, cool. Now, I think the window of opportunity is going to be closing for sending your answers to Mr. Jeffords. And a little bit of a treat. We have somebody who contacted us today from Team Pointer Sisters. And Pointer Sisters, are you there? Oh, I've asked you to unmute, Pointer Sisters. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
And then Pointer Sisters 2, are you there?
Oh yes, I'm here.
Okay, so absolutely, this is so exciting. News came through the pipeline that the Pointer Sisters picked up a bottle of garlic expressions today.
This is huge.
And I've heard that both members of
We
the
did.
team finally tried garlic expressions, and I believe one of the members of the team has agreed to try it live for the very first time right here, right now. Is that happening, Pointer Sisters member 1?
I'm ready
Sure.
for it.
You're ready?
Ready for it?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll do it at the same time. I'm gonna get a spoon.
okay,
Oh,
all
you're
right.
getting a spoon.
Bring it out. So
Okay.
I was gonna drink it from the bottle. Are you gonna drink it from the
It says shake vigorously.
it does.
They mean it.
Yeah, you really
good
gotta
job.
shake it. I'm gonna I don't know. Should I just take a
Sip it.
shot out of the bottle?
Take it together. Just sip.
It's a sipping dressing. Okay, ready?
Okay, here we go.
Cheers, everyone.
We're
Cheers.
just going raw on this. Okay, here we go.
So expressive.
Wow. Mm,
It's really good. Highly recommend.
it's quite good.
Really
Yeah.
good. Highly recommend. Quite good. I think that those are quotes that could be taken to the bank for sure. And I am really just bowled over by just going raw on that dressing. I thought you maybe have a little slaw by your spot there, but I actually have tears in my eyes over that. Just,
I have a cucumber, but I didn't get a chance to slice
Just
it.
dip it.
well, listen.
It's just
if-
loose. It's just loose on the counter, and it just didn't seem.
oh shoot! Well, you could have done a drizzle, but maybe next time and maybe throughout the show. And
Drizzle or a dip.
thanks so much for being guinea pigs for garlic expressions and for being such wonderful. What's it called when you sound off on behalf of something? Spokespeople. Yeah. Okay.
Models.
So they tried it here for
Your
the first
models.
time. Thanks so much to the Pointer Sisters. All right, I'm gonna put you back on mute. Okay, so let's get into some answers. All right, here we go. Round 1. Here we go. Okay, question 1. What did the eager field trippers use to travel? It was a party bus. It was a party bus complete with a stripper pole and neon lights. Imagining that it might have been a bus that looked something like this one here in the graphic. Can you imagine a group of 11th graders going on a field trip in one of those? I bet you they had
I love it.
I bet you they had a gay old time. Happy Pride to all of those Boston students. Okay, what is the Caribbean island called? It is Montserrat. Montserrat in the Caribbean. Here is a map if you'd like to geolocate it. And from what I understand from my research from the week is the volcanic area is the southern end of the island, and they do have an exclusion zone there. But you can see it's just a little south of St. Martin and some others, north of St. Lucia. Okay. Actually, we live in the little Caribbean area of Brooklyn. Okay, question 3. For how many years was Merkel chancellor? 16. 16. Okay, a sweet 16 years. Okay, question 4. Who is the disfigured supermodel? Linda Evangelista, Canadian.
Really?
Yes, St. Catherine, Ontario's own Linda Evangelista. We considered showing a picture of the before and after, but we thought, you know what? It's just rude. We don't need to disrespect one of our Canadian diva icons, especially
Let
during
her
our
live
queer
her
pride
retired
episode.
life, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, question 5. What country in Europe was the first to legalize same-sex marriage in 2001? The answer is Holland. Holland was the first.
AKA the Netherlands.
AKA the Netherlands, so yeah, we would have accepted that as well. Denmark was the first to legalize same-sex partnerships in 1989, but they didn't pass same-sex marriage law until 2012, so looking for Holland there. Okay, all right, well, let's just keep the ball rolling on this Pride episode, and I think it feels right to launch right into...
This is round 2, and it is called Give Me a P, Give Me an R, Give Me an IDE.
That's right, give me a P, give me an R, give me an IDE. As a group, we are going to spell Pride. You'll see what I mean. Here we go. Give me a P, give me an R, give me an IDE. Question 1. This country is the world's 3rd largest island nation and contains numerous groups of uncontacted peoples. There are more than 800 languages spoken in this country, and of the almost 9 million inhabitants, only 13% of them live in urban centers. Starts with a P. What's the country? What's the country? Give me a P. 3rd largest island nation, numerous groups of uncontacted peoples, more than 800 languages spoken in this country, and of the almost 9 million inhabitants, only 13% of them live in urban centers. Starts with a P. What's the country? Give me a P. Okay. Question 2. While the Etruscans are the first civilization known to have used this particular tool in the 9th century BCE, it wasn't until the late 1800s that it achieved the iconic design by which we would now recognize it. In fact, it was an African-American inventor named J.W. Reed who designed and patented what we would now identify as this piece of kitchen equipment. Sometimes it is made of glass, apparently quite popular in Italy, and sometimes it's ceramic, but it is most commonly made of wood, ash and rock maple to be specific. What is the piece of kitchen equipment? Starts with an R. What's the kitchen equipment? Give me an R. Etruscans, first civilization known to have used this particular tool in the 9th century BCE. Not until the late 1800s it achieved the iconic design by which we would now recognize it. In fact, it was actually an African-American inventor named J.W. Reed who designed and patented what we would now recognize as this kitchen equipment. Mostly made of wood, sometimes glass, sometimes ceramic, but mostly wood. Starts with an R. What is it? Question 3 starts with I. 25.4 millimeters.
Is it 25.4 or 24
24.5 millimeters.
I don't know what you said.
I think it's 25.4 millimeters.
I could have typed it wrong. It's around there. Not bad.
It is either 25.4 or 24.5 millimeters. Perhaps Mr. Jeffords could just do a quick fact check on that, and we will revisit that. Question 4.
25.4.
25.4 millimeters. Please disregard the slide from the previous question.
You know, we can't be perfect.
Close.
I'm proud to be imperfect.
Question 4. This psychological thriller novel by the incomparable Stephen King was released in 1992 and has a title that starts with D. Set in Maine, which is also where Stephen King was born, the story centers on a 65-year-old widow. What's the book? What's the Stephen King book? Give me a D. Okay. 65-year-old widow, set in Maine. Final question of give me a P, give me an R, give me an I, D, E. Question 5. In a burgeoning field of use and research, LSD and psilocybin are being used to provide people with relief from difficult to treat conditions such as depression, addiction, and anxiety. Most commonly known as psychedelics, which comes from the Greek mind manifesting, some researchers have proposed instead calling these drugs by this word. Starts with an E, from the Greek, the divine within. What's the psychedelic alternate? Give me an E. Some research have proposed instead calling these drugs by this word. Starts with an E. Okay, you can start sending your answers to Mr. Jeffords. The lines are open. And we are going to do a quick recap. Here we go. Question 1. Give me a P. What's the country? The third largest island nation. More than 800 languages. Many uncontacted peoples. 9 million inhabitants. 13% of them live in urban centers. What's the country? Give me a P. Give me an R. What is the kitchen equipment used as early as the 9th century BCE, but in its current form, late 1800s? J.W. Reed patented, designed it. Give me an R. Question 3. Give me an I. 25.4 millimeters. You can disregard or just flip the numbers on that slide. Question 4. Give me a D. This psychological thriller novel by the incomparable Stephen King in 1992. Set in Maine. 65-year-old widow. What's the book? And number 5. Give me an E. What is the psychedelic alternate? From the Greek, the divine within. Psychedelic comes from the Greek mind manifesting, but some are suggesting let's go with this E word instead. Okay. Get those answers into Mr. Jeffords.
They're coming.
How's it going out there in the Twitch-verse? Stream Queens, I hope you're out there scratching your noggins and getting some answers. We got Garlic Express. We got a shout out for Garlic Expressions. We've got a shout out for Garlic Expressions here on Twitch, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah. Let it be known, Garlex, you are taking over the world.
Do you think the company that makes Garlic Expressions realizes
how good their dressing is?
No, how much
we love it.
Have amped them up and how we have made them a transnational hit. They don't even realize.
Well, they might. I mean, we do tag them on social media a lot.
That's true.
Okay, well, while we wait for everybody to get their answers into Mr. Jeffords, it is time for this week's sponsor. Okay, this is a really exciting one, and I'm absolutely thrilled to share this product with you. Today, we are being sponsored by Salt Strap. Okay, Salt Strap is a women-owned business here in New York City. Basically, a salt strap infuses every bag it hooks with a fresh pop that's easy to throw over your shoulder. Check out this strap. This is what a salt strap looks like. Basically, these are hand-woven straps from Colombia, finished here in New York City. There are a million different ones, and I'm going to show you some more in a second. Your bag's not so secret ingredient. So maybe you have just a regular, schmegula kind of handbag that comes with just like a regular strap, like this one would have this strap with it. You know, this is what it
Please.
came with. No,
Yeah, right.
take that strap out of there. Get rid of it. Get a salt strap on there instead. Honestly,
Yeah,
these are
just
the
strap on.
just
And
strap
go at
it
it.
on and go at it. Happy Pride. Okay, check it out. Like I said, there are absolutely 1,000 million different designs. This one is ours, but check out these two. Look at these. Aren't these just gorgeous? And basically every Park Slope mom in Brooklyn has this.
That's
It's like these are the current Park Slope mom uniform du jour. I have been saying, I came up with some of my own slogans for salt straps that I've been workshopping. Oh, I just want to show you. So here's this.
It's not strap it on and have at it.
Strap it on and have at it. That's now on the list. Check out this bag, okay? Just a regular little duffel, right? Just a cute kind of little, almost like 70s style duffel, okay? Check it out. Just salt strap, boom, boom. Ooh, how good does that look?
That's a nice bag.
It's a nice bag. It's a nice strap. You know, as I like to say, put your bag on the map with this strap. Or take your bag from blah to ta-da.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Also workshopping, is your bag boring? Make it amorzing. No? Maybe. Anyway.
Less good and yet more amazing.
And I like Mr. Jeffords, strap it on and go at it. Yeah, so salt strap, just a little bit of a teaser that, yes, we are going to be giving away a salt strap to one lucky team. You're gonna have to stay tuned for that, but that's gonna be coming up at some point, not on this episode. Okay, so a big thank you to Salt Straps for, oh, and I wanted to let everybody know you can check them out on Instagram at Shop Salt, that's SHOPPE Salt. I believe that's also their web address, shopsalt.com, and they really do have a bunch of beautiful things, and they ship, I think, pretty internationally. So if you're interested in getting a salt strap and you want to take your bag from blah to ta-da, then you know what to do, you know where to go. Okay, so moving right along, it's time for our Feelz Right Spotlight. Yes, indeed. Okay, and today we are going to be chatting with somebody from Vino Verite. Vino Verite. Okay, hi. Is that you?
That is me.
Hi. Okay, all right. So would you like to please introduce yourself to everybody and let us know where we're talking to you?
Yeah, totally. My name is Christian Felix, and I'm representing Vino Verite, a team that I'm very proud of.
Uh-huh.
And I'm calling in from Brooklyn. But I got to tell you, those were some tough acts to follow. Very tough acts to follow. Pointer Sisters and this strap situation. But here I am. So yes, thank you.
You're pretty dang charming, Christian, so I'm sure you're going to do just fine. But I believe you live somewhere near Park Slope. Is that true in Brooklyn?
I live in Park Slope.
Okay,
yes.
You live in Park Slope. So have you seen moms walking around with salt straps?
He'll notice it now.
Definitely moms, definitely straps. I didn't know what salt straps were before now, but I gotta say, I don't think I saw those in particular, but now I will be looking for them.
I have a feeling that now that you know about it, you're gonna start seeing them everywhere.
Well, that's kind of what I felt would happen with garlic expressions, but I have to tell you, I have been to many a store throughout the Park Slope land, and I've yet to find garlic expressions. Now, I am in the South Slope, so I don't know what's happening in the North Slope, but that's just some information I thought you would be interested in.
Well, I'll definitely relay that to my friends at Garlic Expressions. But, if you go to their website, I think they actually have a store finder, and you can punch it in there, and then it'll tell you a store near you where you can find it.
All right, I'll be punching in tomorrow.
So put that on your list. Okay, now listen, what I really want to get to is something,
This whole show is actually just
All about
An ad for
garlic.
salad dressing.
Yeah. What
We
is
tricked you.
what is something in your life these days that feels so right?
Brooklyn feels really right. Brooklyn feels right. I'm happily queer and out. Happy Pride feels right night, I guess to say. And I'm happy to be in Brooklyn in this moment in time. I was just talking to like two older gay men on a business trip in Boston, and they both were here at the same time in their like young lives. And they loved it, but they both left because they were so like afraid, because it was during like the AIDS epidemic, and now we're living in another epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, for different reasons. But on the gay side, on the queer side, it's just like, yeah, I'm just like, I feel very lucky to be here in Brooklyn during this time. So yeah, that's what feels right.
What is it about Brooklyn right now that just feels so right?
There are a lot of us. There's like a critical mass. It feels cool to walk down the street. I meet new and interesting queer people all the time, and it feels, I mean, I don't normally like this word, but yeah, it feels kind of like normal. And it's not something that I think we should really take for granted, I guess.
So yeah, do you feel like that's something different? Like, did it feel different before, or do you feel like there's a marked difference or marked change in how comfortable you feel being out and proud in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I think that kind of like with the social inflections and reflections and deflections that are happening right now throughout our society, it's kind of been a wake-up call to not take things for granted and celebrate what you can. And Brooklyn gives me a lot of reason to do that. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. I'm really glad.
And so does this night. I have to say, you guys are in Brooklyn, and a lot of folks that are here are not in Brooklyn, and it's really cool to be able to connect on a fun with people across the land that are kind of vibing out with your wacky questions.
For sure. Yeah, and that feels really right for us too.
Also, please notice the painting in the background.
Oh, I wanted to say, yes, I wanted to draw attention to the fact that Vino Verite and Christian were last season's, I believe, 3rd place champions. And yes. I see in the background the prize that you won, and it looks really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy. I had to fight for it with my team. They were rough, but rock, paper, scissors really goes a long way.
Awesome. Well, that is a painting by an artist named Christiana Rizzo, who is brilliant. We have some of her paintings as well here in our apartment. And, well, we will start announcing prizes for Feelz Right Season 4 next week. So until then, thank you so much, Christian, for chatting with us. And let's keep going with the quiz. I love your little rainbow.
Thank you. Let's do it.
All right. Bye. Okay, awesome. All right. So let's get through some answers. Here we go. Answers for round 2. Okay. Question 1. What's the country, the 3rd largest island nation? Give me a P. Papua New Guinea in Oceania.
Ooh, Papa.
A little bit of
very pride.
Yeah, that's true. A little debate here over in the house earlier about, you know, Oceania, Papua New Guinea. That's where it is located. All the details of it that were repeated a few times. I had no idea about all those uncontacted peoples. That sounds so interesting. Okay, question. Oh, here's a map. There it is. Just
loving islands tonight.
Loving an island tonight. Okay, question 2. What's the kitchen equipment? Give me an R. Rolling pin. Here's a mini one. This is the one that we use to make tortillas here in the house. You know, when I say house, I mean apartment. Okay,
question. And when you say we, you mean I.
Yes, that's true. Question 3. 25.4 millimeters. Give me an I. Inch. Looks like Knucklehead's got that one. Pointer Sisters, give it an OK symbol. Okay. Question 4. What is the book? Give me a D. Dolores Claiborne, the 1992 book by Stephen King. Question 5. What is the psychedelic alternate Greek for the divine within? Or from the Greek, the divine within? In lieu of psychedelics? Entheogen. Entheogen. Or entheogens. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's pass everything over to Mr. Jeffords for a score update.
Okay, here's where we are so far. Don't forget, we still have one more round, so anything could happen. But a lot of y'all are in dead heat right now, which I'd love to see. In third place, at the moment, we have Dr. Quiz and Trivia Woman, Floofzillas, Gowanus Black Mayonnaise, Here for the Alibi, Kugel Blitz, Mashley, Nom Chomp, Pointer Sisters, Spanish Inquisition, Tank, and Tilda and Flatbush, all duking it out for third place. Meanwhile, in second place, here we go, deep breath, we have Nick of Time, American Quiz Story, Coastal Hoosiers, El Rayo del Norte, Shameless, Sleepy in the Suburbs, The Dammit Janets, and Today's the Bidet, all up there in second place. Meanwhile, first place, duking it out, we have Screen Crossed Lovers and Vino Verite.
Okay.
But guys, we still have one more round. Anybody could crash and burn. Anybody could
rise like a phoenix.
Yeah. So let's do it.
All right, feels right to launch into
round 3, which this week is Campy Classics.
Okay, Campy Classics. Okay, so for this round, Mr. Jeffords and I are going to be doing some acting of some scenes from some Campy Classics, and you must guess the camp classic film from which the scene has been plucked. We are only going to do these scenes once each, so definitely prick up your ears, pierce in your eyes, get into it, and here we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tess, we need to talk.
No!
Yes.
I'm tired, Nikki.
Well, then you can just listen. We built this club together, and then some girl shows up from out of nowhere who hasn't even paid her dues.
How do you know what dues she's paid? This chick doesn't sing that way because she's had it easy.
I will not be upstaged by some slut with mutant lungs.
Then leave!
You would ruin our friendship over some girl you barely know? So much for loyalty.
Since when do you know anything about loyalty? How many goddamn times have I peeled you off the sidewalk? How many blackouts? How many times have I held your face over the toilet, held your head over the toilet bowl while you threw up everything but your memories?
Okay, fine. But I will not stand in the back. Tess, you need to fix this.
You think you're my only problem? I have more to worry about than trying to keep you from pouring tequila on your Cheerios.
Fine. I quit.
I'm glad.
By the way, I slept with Vince the night after your honeymoon. Scene. What camp classic is that scene from? What camp classic?
It's a juicy scene. Whoa, there's a lot there.
That
wow.
scene.
They touch on
from?
everything.
Okay. Let that one roll through you. Okay, here we go. Scene 2. Ouch!
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
How's your head?
I haven't had any complaints yet.
Excuse me?
Oh, I think I'll live. Believe me, it's not the worst thing that's happened to me today. I've been to every place in this town and no one will give me a job. It's like it's a conspiracy or something.
You know what your problem is? Chastity pariah.
Oh, I thought I cleared that up.
No. Chastity Pariah. She's the old biddy. She's got the whole town turned against you.
Oh, swell. So now no one will hire me and I'm flat busted. No, I mean I'm broke. Scene. Okay, what camp classic is that iconic scene from?
We gave you some iconic lines.
Yeah, there's enough there. There is enough there.
Yeah, basically that's the plot of the movie, right in the scene.
Okay, here we go. This scene involves a prop. Okay, all right, scene 3.
Well, somebody's got to break the ice, and it might as well be me. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work, and it's always difficult when a group of new friends meet together for the first time to get acquainted. I'm perfectly prepared to start the ball rolling. I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here, or what I'm doing here, or what this place is about, but I am determined to enjoy myself and very intrigued. And oh my, this soup's delicious, isn't it?
Scene. What camp classic?
Come on, you know that one.
Is that from? Come on, dig deep, or maybe not too
Not
deep.
my best performance, but
I thought it was excellent.
oh, thank you. I was fishing.
Yeah. Hey, it's queer pride. Do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Scene 4. We met at Starbucks. Not at the same Starbucks. Well, we saw each other at different Starbucks across the street from each other, and Hamilton got up the courage to walk across the street one day and approach me.
I know, it seems so stupid now. I remember what I was drinking when I met you. It was a grande espresso.
That's right. I thought that was really sexy.
Yeah.
I was drinking cappuccinos.
I remember.
And then I went to lattes, and then now double espresso macchiato.
Right. I'm now a big old, chai tea, latte, soy milk kind of guy.
Yeah, soy, yeah.
Yeah, because of the lactose.
Mm-hmm. You're lactose intolerant now.
Mm-hmm. And I walked across the street, and there you were, and oh my gosh.
Working on my Mac.
And I had a Mac. And then I look over, and she's reading J. Crew. Because it's so weird, because I was such a huge J. Crew person then, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I still am.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we like to just go to Starbucks on the weekends and take an LL Bean catalog, and I'll say, honey, what's new? And then she has 5 minutes to look through and find out what she...
They've been around forever, and we are so lucky. We are so lucky to have been raised amongst catalogs. Scene. Okay, what camp classic is that from? Okay, here we go. Final scene. Scene 5. Tanya! What a fantastic surprise!
I don't believe it! I haven't seen you since Porpoise Spit High.
How are you?
Married.
She told me. Turkey?
Chuck.
Chook. That's right. Well, congratulations.
Come and have a drink with us.
Really? You want to have a drink with me?
Well, you can't spend the entire holiday alone. We're not in school anymore, Rhonda. You don't have to feel you're not good enough for us now.
I don't.
If I feel you've changed, I'll tell you. I'm honest. Unlike some people, I tell it like it is.
The truth?
Yes.
I tell the truth too. Nicole's having an affair with Chuck. She saw them fucking in the laundry on your wedding day. Stick your drink up your arse, Tanya. I would rather swallow razor blades than have a drink with you. Sing.
I mean, the accent work. Wow.
The accent work alone.
I know you were impressed.
Okay, so the lines are open. You can get those answers into Mr. Jeffords' lickety-split.
Woo!
Like I said, we're not going to be doing any of those scenes again. That was a one-and-done type of scenario.
I hope you took notes.
Yeah, I hope you took notes, or you just perhaps knew what you were doing the whole way through, which is possible. Friendly reminder that today's clue collage was posted on our Instagram at Feelz Right Quiz Night. Everything you needed to know about tonight's quiz was embedded in some way, shape, or form into this psychedelic design that Mr. Jeffords put together.
5 out of for the first one I'm grading, I just know that our performances were just that good.
Yeah, happy Pride. So this clue collage is going to be deconstructed tomorrow on our Instagram stories. So, you know, flip on over there and check that out. Okay, so let's give you a little bit more time to get these answers in. I'm sure that you're going to have to do a little bit of talking back and forth before we get to the answers. One thing, just to bring up the salt straps again, another thing you can do is you know, here, check out this camera. Okay, so see, it's just a regular camera with a regular boring old strap. Oh, it looks like our camera is currently frozen. But here we go. Kind of back. Yes, so see this camera? Just with this regular boring strap.
Snooze.
Snooze.
What kind of pictures are you going to take of that?
Can you imagine carrying around this camera with this strap on it instead?
They can't because
they can't see right now. Y'all are frozen. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll come back soon.
See you later. Just kidding. Here we are.
No, we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, all right, we're going to give you just about 30 seconds more to get those answers into Mr. Jeffords.
It's all part of the fun, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to just take another... I'm doing pretty well on my drink today. Almost done. All right. Closing that window of opportunity to get those answers into Mr. Jeffords in 5. Okay. Okay, all right, so. Let's launch into some answers. Scene 1, which you might remember involving my character having slept with John's character's husband the night after their honeymoon. That would be Vince. And also John's character having more to worry about than trying to keep me from pouring tequila on my Cheerios. The first scene we did was burlesque. Burlesque. I see we're still having some freezing issues, but hopefully these titles are working.
But look how excited I am to be frozen.
It takes a legend to make a star. Cher and Christina Aguilera. I have to say the end of the scene that we did tonight ends with Cher grabbing a crowbar out of her car and smashing the out of, what's her name again? Who plays the other character?
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell in yet another star-making turn. Okay, scene 2, which you may remember involved John's character asking me how my head was, and my character saying I haven't had any complaints yet. The camp classic that was from Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
You can watch it again in just a couple days for Halloween.
Also, the actress who plays and has played Elvira just came out this week as I believe she came out as a lesbian.
She's been in a relationship for 19 years secretly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I think she just had a memoir that came out, and in that memoir she talked about that. Okay, scene 3. With the soup and the slurping and the monologue by Mr. Jeffords is from the iconic film Clue. Also a board game we all know and love.
Also, my childhood.
Also, Mr. Jeffords' childhood. Okay. Number 4. This couple is so in love over coffee and Starbucks and computers and, of course, catalogs. That's Michael Hitchcock and Parker Posey from Best in Show. Okay. All right. And scene 5. With the iconic accent work that we did. Muriel's wedding. Muriel's wedding. I know that my dad and my stepmom who are out there on team last but not least definitely got that one because we recently watched that film. Okay. So those are the answers. Before we sign off for tonight, I just want to wish a very, very happy birthday Eve to one of the members of team Our Absolute Best Friends. Happy birthday, Mel. And I know we're frozen still, but hey, until next week, sleep tight, fight the good fight, be polite, and always do what feels right. See you next week for week 4. Happy Pride!